Right. Right. We'll start now, guys. You're joining with BMS English medium session, right? So first of all, let me explain how this session will proceed. Right. We'll continue. First of all, I will explain how or the structure of the paper, right? The structure of the BMS paper. Then after that, I will explain the lessons which you have to cover in this syllabus, right? Then I'll take some key areas from the list given by AAT Institute to me, right? Which are the areas that students have failed to score most in the last time examination, right? So I'll take some key areas and discuss, right? So first of all, let me introduce the paper to you, which was the structure for the paper to you, right? Let me open 2023 July paper. So this is 2023 July paper. In this paper, you can see there are 3 sections, right? Definitely there will be 3 sections in this paper: section A, section B, and section C. Section A, section B, and section C. Okay. In section A, objective test questions are there. Objective test questions means it can be either a multiple choice question or a short answer question, or it can be a true or false question, right? So when it comes to, now there are 15 OTQ questions in section A. There are 15 OTQ questions in section A, right? There will be actually only one question. Question number 1 will be there in section A, but in that question, under that question, there will be 15 sub questions like this. So when it comes to those 15 sub questions, first 10 questions will be multiple choice questions. Multiple choice questions means there will be more than one option, and all you have to do is to pick the most appropriate answer, right? So, and you are required to put the number of the correct option, not the right answer. You are not required to write the answer. You are required to write the number of the correct option. If it is option 1, write 1. If it is option 2, write 2. Likewise, right? So first 10 questions will be multiple choice questions. You are not required to show the steps. But from 1.11 to 1.13, those 3 questions will be short answer questions. Short answer questions. Short answer questions, right? Short answer questions. Then, right? Short answer questions. So there you have to show some minor steps. Actually, those will not be a lengthy answer, right? Lengthy answers, right? Those will be short answers, right? The remaining 2 questions, 1.14 and 1.15, will be true or false questions, where you have to state whether the given 2 statements are true or false, not correct or incorrect, or tick or cross. Don't put tick and cross. Write the exact word true or false. Okay, right. That is section A. So section A gives you 40 marks. 40 marks. Section A gives you 40 marks. Section B gives you another 40 marks. Another 40 marks. And that section comprises 4 questions. 4 questions. Question number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Each of these questions yields 10 marks. So 10 into 4 questions, 40 marks. That's how 40 comes. Section B questions will be structured questions. Structured because you have to show your steps. You have to show your steps. The way you got the answer. You have to show the way you got the answer. You have to do calculations and show the way you got the answer. That's the nature of structured questions. That's the end of section B. Now we'll come to section C. There will be only one question in this section. That will be question number 6. But that's the question number 6. That question number 6 yields 20 marks. 20 marks. There will be 4 subparts in that question. Part A, Part B, Part C, and Part D. Right. Also, altogether 20 marks will be given. Right. Again, it will be another structured question. So now you know how the paper is composed. The paper is structured. Now, apart from the paper, definitely you will be given a booklet to provide your answers. Make sure that you write your answers in the booklet, not the examination paper, not the question paper. You can just you can scratch, you can put any notes in the paper, you can make notes in the paper, but make sure that you write all your answers in the booklet itself, because only the booklet will be marked, right? Only the booklet will be marked, not the question paper, right? So we're given marks only for the answers provided in the booklet, right? Okay. Even the multiple choice questions, even in the multiple choice questions, you have to write the correct option in the booklet. Write the number of the correct option in the booklet, right? So apart from the question paper and the answer booklet, there will be another tools as well. One thing is action verbs checklist. Action verbs checklist. Action verbs checklist means here now in questions there will be action verbs like identify, state, list down, explain. Now, when you are asked to list down, you are not required to, or you are not expected to explain. When you are asked to explain, you are expected to explain, not to list down. So this action verbs checklist reflects what the exact meaning of the particular requirement is. Okay, right. Then apart from those 3 tools, there will be another thing which is called formula sheet, where all the formulas will be given. So you are not required to memorize all the formulas in this subject. All you have to do is to take the formula from the formula sheet and apply the figures to that formula, and you will get the correct answer. Right? That is that easy. It is that easy, right? Not only that, there will be another one as well. There will be another one, which is present value table and annuity table. Present value table and annuity table. Present value table means that discount factor table. You might have learned these things, right? Then there will be another one, that is normal distribution curve table. Is it score table? Right? That thing will also be given in the examination. So many things, right? So that's the structure of the paper. Right. Now we'll come to the subject. Now here, when it comes to this subject, guys, there are basically 2 parts in this subject. Apparently, as the name suggests, business mathematics and statistics, right? There are 2 parts now. One part is business mathematics, maths. Second part is statistics, stat. There are several lessons coming on the math side. First one, fundamentals. You have to cover fundamentals of mathematics, like fractions, equations, progressions, arithmetic progression, geometric progression, quadratic functions, simple functions, linear functions, those things, right? Second thing, time value of money. Now check whether you have covered these lessons from anywhere, right? Time value of money. If not, you have to get it covered, right? From anywhere you want. Maybe classes, or maybe by self-studying, whatever method you like, right? Time value of money. In this lesson, you have to calculate interest, compound interest, present values, future values, right? You might have learned these things, right? Third one, financial operative measures. Financial operative measures or functions. In this lesson, you have to derive revenue function, demand function, cost function, profit function, those things, right? Fourth one, probability. Probability, intersection, union. Check whether you have learned these things, right? Right. That's all about maths. Then we are coming to stat. First lesson again, fundamentals, sampling methods, those things, right? Second one, second lesson is descriptive statistics with numerical distributions. Descriptive statistics with numerical distributions, right? Here you should have calculated mean, median, mode, variance, standard deviation, coefficient of variation, skewness, those things, right? Then third one, descriptive statistics with probability distributions. Here you should have learned expected value, right? Again, variance, standard deviation, those things, right? Fourth one, calculating probability, especially of a normal distribution, right? Fifth one, indexes, price indexes, quantity indexes, right? I think you can remember those things. Next one, correlation and regression. Last one, time series. Now see whether you have learned these lessons from anywhere you might have gone so far, right? Okay. Right. Now, according to the list provided by the AAT Institute to me, students have failed to score in this area last time. So they have asked me to do some questions from this lesson, financial operative measures and functions. So I will take that lesson and explain you how you can approach that question and get the correct answers, right? Okay, so let me open the question paper, same question paper, which is a 2023 July paper. In that paper, there was a question from this lesson, right? Let me open it. Question number 3. Right? Question number 3. Now here, before starting this question, let me brief you the nature of this lesson. Right. Now see. So when it comes to this lesson, all you have to do is to deal with 4 types of functions. Now don't worry about the term function. I will tell you what a function means. Right? You have to deal with 4 functions. First one, demand function. Then revenue function. Then cost function. Last one, profit function. Right. When it comes to demand function, guys, this reflects the relationship between what and what? Relationship between price and the quantity. Revenue function reflects the relationship between revenue and the quantity. Cost function reflects the relationship between cost and the quantity. Profit function reflects the relationship between profit and the quantity, but do not put P for profit because P is already taken by price. P is already taken by pricing. So we'll put phi for profit, phi sign. So it shows the relationship between phi and Q, profit and quantity. Now, for example, see the question given in the paper. See the question given in the paper. Now here, read this. The demand function per month is given by P equals 30 plus 2Q. Now this is the demand function. P equals 30 plus 2Q. Now here, can you see that when Q changes, what changes? P changes, no? Just replace Q with 1 and see what P is. If you put Q, if you put 1 for Q, P will be, now 2 into 1 is 2, 2 plus 30 will be 32, P will be 32. If you replace Q with 2, 2 into 2 is 4, 4 plus 30 is 34. See, when Q changes, P changes, no? See, so this reflects the relationship between P and Q. What happens to P when Q changes, right? Right. That's why I told you demand function reflects what? The relationship between the price and the quantity, P and Q. Now let me take this function P equals 30 plus 2Q. P equals 30 plus 2Q. P equals 30 plus 2Q. Now this is demand function. This shows the relationship between P and Q. Let me derive revenue function, second one, the revenue function from this given demand function. Now what is meant by revenue, guys? What is meant by revenue? Now just imagine you have 10 mangoes with you. You have 10 mangoes with you and the price of one mango is 100 rupees. If you sell all these 10 mangoes, what will be your revenue or income? 100 into 10, no? 100 means price, 10 is the quantity. So guys, revenue is always, right? Revenue or total revenue, whatever you like, TR or T, TR for total revenue, R for revenue, right? R for revenue. So TR equals always P into Q, price into quantity. Revenue means P into Q, price into quantity. Now, where is P? Now earlier, you saw demand function means what? P equals this one. Now in the revenue function, P is there. No? So instead of P, you can put what? Instead of P, you can put 30 plus 2Q. 30 plus 2Q. Just put 30 plus 2Q. Just put 30 plus 2Q. Right. Now multiply it by this Q, which is already there. 30 into Q is 30Q. 2Q into Q is 2Q squared. So this is revenue function. TR equals 30Q plus 2Q squared. That is revenue function. Next function is TC, total cost function. It is already given in the paper. It is already given in the paper. It is already given in the paper. See, 2Q squared plus 2Q plus 5,600. 5,600. Two Q squared plus 2Q plus 5,600. That is total cost. Total cost. It is already given. If it is not given, guys, you will be given variable cost and fixed cost separately. Variable cost means the cost changes with the output level. Fixed cost means the cost does not change with the output level. Right? If you are given those two costs separately, just add those two costs because total cost will be equal to the addition of the total of what? Total variable cost and total fixed cost, right? Now this is given, total cost function is given in this question. Now guys, you have three types of functions. Demand function was there, then you derived the revenue function, then cost function was already there. One more, profit function. How can you derive it? Now profit means, guys, what do you mean by profit? Guys, profit means what? Now let's say if your revenue is 1,000 and cost is 600, what is profit? Profit is 100. Revenue minus cost. So profit equals revenue minus cost, no? Revenue minus cost. Total revenue minus total cost. Now in this question, guys, you have total revenue function. What is total revenue function? This is total revenue function, 30Q plus 2Q squared. So instead of TR, you can put it 30Q plus 2Q squared. That is total revenue. Now what is TC? Total cost. This one, 2Q squared plus 2Q plus 5,600. 2Q squared plus 2Q plus 5,600. Now simplify. Let's keep 30Q plus 2Q squared as it is. Minus into 2Q squared, minus 2Q squared, minus into 2Q, minus 2Q, minus into 5,600, minus 5,600. Now 2Q squared to minus 2Q squared set off. Then 30Q minus 2Q, 28Q. Keep this minus 5,600 as it is. Profit function will be 28Q minus 5,600. With that, we are done with deriving all the four functions. Deriving all these four functions: demand function, revenue function, cost function, profit function. Now see the paper. Now see the question. Now see the question. Now in this question, you are asked to derive only the revenue function. But for you to get the answer for the second part, part B, definitely you will have to derive the other functions as well, right? You will see why, right? Now see the second requirement. Calculate the break-even quantity. Break-even quantity. Calculate the break-even quantity. What is meant by break-even quantity? Now, one challenge in this lesson is to derive all the four functions. That is one challenge. The first thing that you have to do. Second thing is break-even quantity. The second thing that you have to learn in this lesson is break-even quantity. What is meant by break-even quantity? BEQ or BEP, break-even point or break-even quantity, whatever. Break-even quantity means, guys, that is the quantity where profit will be zero. When you produce that quantity, right? When your production is at that quantity, at that level, profit will be zero. So first condition is profit is zero. So when will profit be zero? For the profit to be zero, guys, what should happen to the revenue and the cost? Now profit means revenue minus cost. No? For that answer to be zero, revenue and cost should be same, no? If revenue is 100, cost should be 100. If revenue is 50, cost should be 50. So for the profit to be zero, definitely total revenue should be equal to total cost. So these are the two conditions that should be fulfilled at the break-even quantity. Now, if you are asked to calculate the break-even quantity, definitely you will have to take any of these two and apply it. Let me start with first one. Phi equals 0. Profit equals 0. Now, what is the profit function in this question? Profit function was just derived. 28Q minus 5,600. 28Q minus 5,600. It is equal to 0. Now, send this minus 5,600 to this side. 28Q equals 5,600. Divide this by 28. Q will be what? 200. So at the break-even point, phi equals 0. Profit equals 0. Then replace profit with the function, particular function, and see what the quantity is. So profit will be equal to 0 at which level? When the company produces 200 units. That is the first method. And now let me take, now we took this one. Now let me take this one. TR equals TC. TR equals TC. You can take that one also. TR equals TC method. You have derived TR function 30Q. What is TR function? TR function is 30Q plus 2Q square. 30Q plus 2Q square. What is TC function? TC. TC was 2Q square plus 2Q plus 5600. 2Q square plus 2Q plus 5600. Okay, 5600. Now very easy. Take all the Q terms to this side. 30Q plus 2Q squared. This will become minus 2Q squared. This will become minus 2Q equals only this 5600. Now see, 2Q squared to minus 2Q squared set off. Then 30Q minus 2Q, 28Q. Again the same thing, 28Q equals 5600. Divide this by 28, divide this by 28. Q equals what? 200. Again you got the same answer. So profit will be 0 or total revenue will be equal to total cost at which level? At 200 units. At 200 units. That will be the break even quantity. So second part is also done. Then the next one. Then the next one is very special, guys. You will be asked to derive marginal functions of these functions TR, TC, and profit function. The marginal function of TR is marginal revenue. Marginal function of TC is marginal cost. Right? Marginal function of phi means marginal profit function. Right? Guys, always marginal means, guys. Now, if you draw a curve like this, the gradient of, or the right, gradient of any point is different from one point to another in this curve. So again, the gradient can be shown as a function of Q, function of quantity. Okay. Now, if you have any function like TRO, TCO, phi, you can simply derive the marginal function of that function. How? By differentiation. In differentiation, what do we do? Just take this TR function. Now I'm going to derive this. Now we'll take this. Let's see the requirement. I think they are asking us to derive marginal cost function. See, marginal cost function. See, marginal cost function. Let's derive marginal cost function. Let's derive marginal cost function. One second. Right. Now see. Okay. Now you can derive all the marginal functions by differentiating. So in differentiation, guys, you have to do in this way. Let me take total cost function in total cost function this way. Total cost function was 2q squared plus 2q plus 5600. 2q squared. See, 2q squared. Sorry, total cost function was 2q squared plus 2q plus 5600. No. This is how you can derive marginal revenue, marginal cost function by differentiating. So differentiate total cost function, and you are going to derive a function given by q. q වලින් හැදිච්ච function එක තමයි differentiate කරන්නේ. ඒතකොට මෙහෙම තමයි ලියන්නේ එක. dTc over dq කියලා. දැන් ඔයාලා q වලින් හැදිලා තියෙන tr function එක differentiate කරද්දී dtr over dq. Okay, right. So this is how you can differentiate. You have to take term by term. First take this term, right? Take this term. Take this coefficient, which is 2. Multiply it by this power. 2 into 2 is 4. Now deduct 1 from this already available in this. 2 minus 1 is 1. Keep q as it is, q to the power 1. But you don't need to put this 1 actually, because q to the power 1 is again q, no? Right. Then take this term. Multiply the coefficient again by the indice. Now here 1 is there, no? So 2 into 1 is 2. Deduct 1 from the already available indice, which is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So q to the power 0. Right? Then third one. This is a constant. Remember the derivative means the answer of differentiation. The derivative of the constant is always 0. Always 0. Method apply කරන්න එපා. Don't apply that. Apply the method that we applied for the previous two terms. Right, now see here 4q to the power 1 means 4q, no? 4q plus 2q to the power 0 means q to the power 0 means 1. Any value to the power 0 is 1 always. Anything to the power 0 is 1 always. So 2 into 1 is 2. 3. So you don't need to put this plus 0. So the marginal cost will be 4q plus 2. 4q plus 2. Right? So for you to derive any marginal function of any function, it can be marginal revenue, it can be marginal profit, it can be marginal cost, whatever. The technique you have to use is differentiation. So take term by term and apply that method, right? Okay. So accordingly, now see the next requirement. Now see the next requirement. Calculate the marginal cost of the firm when the firm produces 250 units. When the firm produces 250 units. Right. Now you have derived a marginal cost function. Marginal cost equals 4q plus 2. No? So when the firm produces 250 units, what will be marginal cost? Simple. Just replace q with 250 and see what the answer for MC is. Right? See what the answer for MC is. So MC equals 4q plus 2. No? Just replace q with 250 and see what the answer is. 4 into 250, 1000 plus 2 is 1002. So MC is 1002. 1002. That is it. That's it. Very simple. So that is functions. Relative functions. That's all. That's all you have to learn in this lesson. Okay. Right. Now guys, back to the paper. Now, guys, we have no time to. This is just a revision. This is just a session that we conduct, that the institute conducts, with the purpose of giving a brief introduction to the subject and make you aware of the most important things, right? So now you have got the knowledge about the structure of the paper, structure of the subject, and more the most, some key areas in the syllabus where students have failed to score last time. This is the lesson, the function lesson was the lesson where students have struggled to score, right? So accordingly, guys, see, now when it comes to this paper, question number 2 is from what? It is from fundamentals of mathematics, question number 2. Question number 3 is from the operative measures that we have already done. Question number 4 is from correlation regression lesson. Question number 5, descriptive statistics with numerical distribution, mode, median, variance. The section C, it is from several lessons. Part A is from time value of money, where you have been asked to calculate annual installments, right? And part B is again from time value of money. The subtopic is projected price. Right now, I believe you have already got these things covered from someone, right? Or you might have done self studies and got these things covered, right? If not, make sure that you get everything covered, because everything is very important. Then part C, it is from probability, which is coming under mathematics side, right? Part D is from calculating probability, normal distribution table, normal distribution curve, that thing. So now the questions, the lessons will be shuffled now. I cannot say that definitely question 2 will be from this lesson, 3 will be from this way. It will be shuffled. But anyway, all the things will be tested anyway, right? All the things will be tested, but I can't say this question will be testing this lesson. I can't say in that way, right? The examiner can change anything, change the order the questions are coming, but the structure is same. Questions, section A will be of 15 OTQs. Section B will be of 4 structured questions. Section C will be of 1 structured question, but that will comprise 4 subparts like A, B, C, and D. Right. So, guys, I think you have got something from this session. So my intention was not to cover everything, right? What I wanted was to show you what I wanted you to see whether you have got everything covered, right? Because some of the students, right, get to know some lessons in the examinations. Right? At the examination only, they get to know that this lesson has been there in the syllabus, no? Right? Likewise. So beforehand, I have told you what you have to get covered from someone, for maybe from a class or maybe by self-studies. So now you know the content in the syllabus. So you have enough time, right? No rush, you have enough time. Just keep calm and study, right? Make a plan and do papers more and more. Do more papers, right? More you do the papers, more you get marks, right? So with that, guys, I'm going to conclude the session. Thank you so much.